this month with a total of $110,000 in AdSense revenue generated across all the channels we're running right now. And keep in mind, that's around 2 billion views in short form content alone, because we do YouTube Shorts automation.
I mean, if I literally just click switch channel, you can see all of the channels we're running right now. And we have a lot of channels like this hitting consistent 12K months.
And keep in mind, that's just one of many channels we're running right now. Oh, here's another one as well. And another one, and another one. And I can keep showing you channels, but here, look, here's one more just for you. We're running so many channels, just like all of these, completely automated, generating so much revenue. Step one, you need to actually find your niche. A lot of you are asking how to do this, but you haven't even picked what you're gonna upload yet. If you have no idea what you're uploading, how do you expect to get views? Now, if you wanna know how to actually pick your niche, there's 3 different criteria you need to think about. 1, has the content already gone viral? If it has proof of concept, then it's much easier to go viral again. Instead of trying to reinvent the wheel, just use the wheel that's already spinning and hop on it and start getting views that way. 2, is it repeatable? It's okay to go viral one time, but if we're trying to make sustainable money, like big numbers like this every single month, then we need to actually have sustainability with it. So can we reliably get views over a long period of time? And 3rd, can we innovate? Because if we can innovate and end up making the content better, then we are going to crush everyone. But now you need to know actually how to make good videos. Now, what actually makes a good video? A good video is something that makes YouTube's algorithm happy. Because if a good video makes YouTube's algorithm happy, then what do we get? More views. At the basis, I like thinking of a good video as a video that is so good that YouTube cannot stop pushing it out, right? And we want to get a mass audience. Now, we can have a good video in the knitting niche, but if it's the knitting niche and only little grandmas are watching it, then we're probably not going to make a lot of money, right? So this is where I created the term view maxing. Now, I created this originally because I was just getting so many views and I didn't really see anyone focusing on getting views. I saw people focusing on RPMs or, trying to target audiences. I didn't see view maxers. So that's when I created the term for myself and a lot of other people in our community now. But when you're trying to view maxing, there's a couple key metrics that you need to hit. And I'm going to specifically talk about short form first, and we can talk about long form after. And when we talk about view maxing, we're actually talking about short form content, not long form content, because short form content is pretty much like buying Bitcoin back in like 2004. It's basically just going to be worth a lot more later. And learning this skill now is going to make you a lot of money later as well. And at the end of the day, what do we want to do? Make money. So what actually makes a good video? Well, there's actually 3 metrics, with all 3, I think, being equally as important. This is what I've kind of made as the trust score. Now, there's more metrics to this trust score that I've made, but honestly, I can't go over it all in this video because it would be like a 3-hour video. But I'll go over the most important things that you guys actually need to know, right? So first of all, for your trust score, you need to make sure that your swipe ratio is above 81.1%. Now, if you actually go to your YouTube analytics, you can look at all these metrics because YouTube is pretty nice to us and they give us all of these metrics that we can actually use. The second thing you need to have is a good retention. Now, what exactly is retention? Because you've heard this word thrown around. What does it actually mean? Retention is just AVD, average view duration, divided by LOV, length of video. Now, before I scare you away by using all these abbreviations, I'll explain each of these for you real quick. All right. So AVD stands for average view duration. So let's say we have a video that is 30 seconds long and they watch for 30 seconds, then their average view duration for that video on everyone is going to be 30 seconds. Now, what is LOV? Let's say we have a 30-second video. LOV stands for length of video. So if our video is 30 seconds long, then we have an LOV of 30. Now, if we divide these 2 numbers together, we're going to get our R factor, retention, which is going to be 1. Now, I like doing everything in percentages, and 1 is equal to 100%. All right, so let's say, let me give you another example now. Let's say our AVD was 32 seconds, and let's say our LOV, right, was 34 seconds. So what I would do is I would do 32, which is AVD, divided by 34, which is LOV, equals, let me pull up my calculator real quick. You can see it is 94%. So our retention in this scenario would be 94%. Now I'm going to go over a little other metrics here to help you kind of better understand this a little more in case this is not making sense yet. Now, the reason why this little R number is so important is because it's our retention. And retention is basically saying how long people stay to actually watch your video all the way through, right? Because YouTube at the end of the day only cares about 3 things. 1, making money. 2, to actually keep people on their platform as long as possible, and 3, to keep the viewer satisfied. So if our R, which is our retention, is above 100%, then that indicates to us that people are watching all the way through, which means that we are making people happy and people are staying on the platform as long as possible. And if people are staying as long as possible, what does that mean? It means we're filling 2 of YouTube's 3 key pillars that they actually want for their platform. But there's also something else that YouTube wants. YouTube wants to make money, right? So how exactly do we make money for YouTube? Now, if you've actually ever uploaded a video before, you probably don't realize it yet, but you've actually made YouTube money already. So every single view that you get makes YouTube money, right? Because there are advertisers paying YouTube to actually put ads in front of these viewers. Now, this is actually how YouTube makes their income. So YouTube makes money through 5 different income streams, right? So YouTube makes money, 1, from advertisers, like people paying on Google Ads, 2, from YouTube Premium, like people actually paying for YouTube Red or, paying to not have ads, 3, from super chats, people who donate, YouTube gets a percentage of that. 4, from music deals. If you're using YouTube music deals in-house, and you can actually, get paid from music deals on YouTube and increase your RPM. And 5th is movies. Now, we don't actually really get paid for promoting movies, but this is how YouTube makes money. Because at the end of the day, we are just YouTube servants. If we do what YouTube wants, YouTube will give us more money because we're making them money. Because at the end of the day, we are in a partnership with YouTube. That is why it's called the YouTube Partnership Program, because we are in a partnership with YouTube and we make them more money and they make us more money as well. So of all 5 of these, what actually should we be focusing on? Well, 1, movies doesn't really make us money, so we can get rid of that. Super chats is kind of asking for money, which I've seen work before, but if we want to make sustainable money over a long period of time, it's not something we should focus on. Music deals is something that's kind of fluctuates between YouTube, and it's something we can use, so we'll leave it for now. And we don't really want to push people to YouTube Premium because we're not really going to get paid for that, unless we got commission, which YouTube doesn't really do. So now we have ads and music deals. Now, of these, which are the most important? Well, I'd say ads is definitely the number 1 priority and music deals are number 2. With ads being, the most important, let's focus on ads first. So there was a study done by advertisers that showed that if you upload 32-second videos, someone is more likely to buy a product from you than less than 32 seconds. Right? So if someone makes a video more than 32 seconds, then they're going to buy. Now, what are these advertisers at the end of the day really trying to do? They're trying to sell a product or sell some type of service to the YouTube audience that you are publishing videos to actually make them some money. For example, in this video, you've seen some ads. I'm guessing it's related to business or something like that, or some type of product. And those people who are putting those ads are hoping that you see them and then you buy from them. Right? So if you watch a short that is over 32 seconds long, the viewer is more likely to actually spend the money on that ad, right? And if the viewer spends more money on that ad, then guess what? YouTube makes more money too. Because what are the 5 ways YouTube makes money? Well, ads, premium, super, music, and movies, with ads being the most important. If YouTube advertisements are paying more money to YouTube, we're going to get paid more money as well. Hence, what RPM is. RPM stands for revenue per mille, right? It basically means how much money do you make per 1,000 views, right? So if you have an RPM that is higher, let's say you have an RPM that is 10 cents compared to an RPM that is 30 cents, typically a 32-second video is going to have a 30 cents RPM, or a likely chance of making a 32 cents RPM or 30 cents RPM, because you are going to be making YouTube more money. And if we're making YouTube more money, guess what? We're going to get paid as well, which is why I've been able to generate so much money this month from all the channels we're running right now. So key takeaway, make sure you're uploading 32-second videos. Now, going back to our R factor, I'm going to give you a little test real quick. If we want our retention to be above 32 seconds, or really we want to get above 100% retention or at 100% retention, what do we need our AVD and LOV to be? Now, if we need our LOV, which is our length of video, to be at 32 seconds long, because advertisers pay more, which means we make more money, which means YouTube makes more money, right? 32 seconds long, then our AVD needs to be, remember, higher than our LOV, which is going to be 33 seconds, right? So typically, if you have a 33-second AVD out of a 32-second LOV, then you're going to be getting above 100+% retention. And if you do have 100+% retention, then YouTube's going to be happy, because remember, we want people to stay on the platform as long as possible and be satisfied. And this indicates both of those criterias. And then we are also making YouTube more money, fulfilling all three criterias for YouTube. Because remember, at the end of the day, what does YouTube want? YouTube wants to make money, people to stay on their platform as long as possible, and for people to be happy. If they do all three of these things in one video, we are fulfilling all three of these requirements to make YouTube the happiest possible. And if YouTube is making more money, remember, we are making more money as well, which makes us, let me just make a money bag real quick. That's supposed to be a money bag. Rich. So great. Now that we figured out how to pick a niche, how to actually make a good video, how to actually make YouTube happy by increasing our trust score, by getting a good swipe ratio, a good AVD or over LOV, which is our retention, and then end up fulfilling all three of YouTube's pillars, making more money, stay on the platform as long as possible, and make them happy, then what? Well, we need consistency. Because if we are not uploading every single day, what does that indicate to YouTube? That they can't trust us to push out good quality content consistently. Because what does YouTube want? They want creators that can give them a lot of money over a consistent basis. Because we are basically free employees for YouTube, and then YouTube actually ends up paying us later through our commission deal of a 55-45 split, with us being in favor. So if we upload videos consistently and then follow the rest of this video by every single metric, you will make more money. I almost guarantee it. And over the past 8 years of me doing content creation, I've never seen this not work. And if you fulfill all these criteria, you can get hundreds of millions of views per video. And I'm not even joking, hundreds of millions of views per video, which is why we're getting close to 2 billion views per month every single month and growing. But also, I think you need to focus on your mentality a little bit as well. A lot of people talk about making money or getting views or, oh, I did this, ha ha ha. But no one talks about the mentality behind actually what you need to achieve in order to actually get to where you want to be, right? Because if you don't have good mentality, you cannot consistently upload high quality content over a long period of time. You're going to run into roadblocks and you're not going to know what to do next, right? So you need to understand that at the end of the day, we are business owners. right? We're business owners, and YouTube is giving us a platform to show our business products, which is our videos, to consumers, which are viewers, right? We run a business. Okay, so you need to start seeing YouTube like a business. It's not this hobby that you're doing for fun, not this side project. No, it is a business that you are running right now. Okay, and your goal is to automate it. Because at the end of the day, the people who make the most money are not people who are doing all the work. They have employees doing it for us, right? Like editors, managers, people who actually respond to comments for you. Things like this, idea planners, growth operators, all these people who I have in my 36 channels, 112 different employees, 6 managers, all of these people, they run under my business. I have an LLC for all of this stuff because it's a business that I run underneath everything under. So understand that if you are going to run a business, you need to have a strong mentality, right? This means that you are going to have months where you're going to have really high, and another month's going to be really low, and it's going to be like this. And maybe, your next low may be higher than your previous low, but this is a part of business. It fluctuates. For example, we are in Q4 right now. If you don't know what Q4 is, it is the time when advertisers are spending the most amount of money. And, that's usually toward the end of the year when Christmas, Thanksgiving, Black Friday, all these people, New Year's, all these companies are spending a lot of money on ads. So our RPMs are going to increase. We're going to make more money, right? So Q4, we end up making more money, right? But then guess what happens after Q4? Then we hit back to Q1. And then Q1, our RPMs decrease. And then we end up making, guess what? Less money, right? So you guys need to understand that we are running a business and it's going to fluctuate, all right? So if you guys want to be able to do this, you need to have a strong mentality behind seeing your revenue dip and go up. Right now, this is why I run so many channels, because I like diversifying myself. Because in my opinion, running one channel alone is just way too difficult to manage. Get all of your income to be able to live. Right? You can see right now, my background's pretty bleak. I just moved into a new apartment right now, and I have all my furniture in the other room, and I'm waiting to build it right now and make this room look all nice. But I wouldn't be able to do any of this and live pretty sustainably and comfortably and teach people to give you guys all my free information if I wasn't able to run so many channels and make, this amount of money. So do I think you should do YouTube automation? Is this a good, pathway to get into to actually, tap your foot in the door and make more money? Well, at the end of the day, I think so, right? And the reason why is because in YouTube automation, you learn a lot of crucial skills like content creation and getting attention. And when you learn the skill of content creation and getting attention, then you're going to be able to actually, sustainably make money over a long period of time. Because, at the end of the day, attention is currency, right? So if you can get attention, right, then you're going to make more money. Because what do businesses need? Businesses need people to see their business to actually buy from them, because you can't buy from someone that you don't know actually exists, right? So if we can learn the skill of content creation, which is what YouTube automation allows us to do, then we can learn how to get attention, and attention equals money. And at the end of the day, we're trying to make what? You know what I'm saying? And you know what's great? Now that I've learned all these skills, I can branch into other avenues and learn other things with other business models. Like I've done drop shipping, I've done a SaaS company, I've done a software company. I've helped other businesses locally scale up their own marketing because I know how to get views. And when you can get views, you can do pretty much anything, right? Your job isn't going to get replaced. Marketing is not going to get replaced with AI because you need people to run those. And if you can become one of those people who can market, because at the end of the day, remember, running a business, learning the skill of getting attention. We get attention, we can do anything. Because at the end of the day, you don't want to make YouTube shorts for the rest of your life. I know you don't. I know you want to do other things bigger. I know you want to go and start your own agency or start your own editing agency or run multiple channels and automate it like I do. I know you want to make this money and then go start doing real estate. Whatever you want to do, you need to have capital first. And this is a free business model to start. All you need to know is the skills in order to actually do it. Because at the end of the day, what do you need? You just need to be able to make good content, follow the trust score that I've created, and then just replicate it and repeat it. And if you can do that, you'll make good money. Learning the skill of getting attention has gotten me so much other opportunities. I've met amazing people in my life. I've made a lot of money. I've made a lot of friends. I've pretty much done everything that I've really wanted to do in life. And now I'm kind of just teaching people and helping people scale. And now I'm starting my own companies and doing bigger things, right? Now that I have all this channels that I have automated making me passive income, I can do bigger things. I can start software companies in content creation. I can help companies grow. I have companies coming to me, giving me equity in their companies just to teach them how to scale their views because I know what I'm doing now. So they come to me, they say, hey, Devin, we'll give you 5% of our entire company if you can help us scale. Then I increase their views, 10x their views. It 10x's the revenue because attention is currency, and I get 5% of all of that for life. Right? So when you actually learn these skills, you can get equity in companies, you can get percentages, you can start your own businesses, you can do other things in life. It all starts with building this one skill that can help you with everything else. And now I will never be broke or poor again. I will never have to worry about rent because I can get attention. And that since I can get attention, I never have to worry about it. I could lose everything today and within 2 weeks from now have a monetized channel making me $600 a day because I just know what I'm doing at this point. So do I think you should actually do YouTube automation? Is this a good idea for you to do? Well, I may be biased, but I want to make you guys money. So yes, I do think you should. So if you've learned anything from this video, learn the skill of getting attention, because if you can get attention, you can get views, you can do anything with any business model. And if you learn anything from this and I've actually helped you, maybe open your mind in some way, or maybe, this information actually helps you end up scaling your channel, which it is a lot of info, then go ahead to click on the first link in the description and you can apply to work with me one-on-one. I am currently only accepting a couple people because it's kind of hard to